services such as advocacy, health screenings and education, care coordination and car seat safety, participant empowerment, referral services, and fatherhood support. To learn more about Great Plains Healthy Start, visit greatplainstravelhealth.org or call one of our 5 service areas today. Brought to you by Great Plains Healthy Start, so that the people may live.
Nice.
Maytag appreciates a compliment, but this Maytag washer isn't just eye candy.
Wow.
Inside, it's got the capacity and power to handle even the mightiest loads.
I love this.
Yeah, she's a beaut.
It's a he.
How do you know?
Don't worry about it.
Find Maytag products and the industry's best appliances at your local dealer, Merce Appliance, downtown Vermillion. Since 1966, Louis Cleaning and Restoration has served the Vermillion and southeast South Dakota area with high-quality work and even higher-quality customer service. At Vermillion's oldest cleaning and restoration company, they pride themselves on providing the best service with friendly, knowledgeable staff. They specialize in cleaning, offering extensive cleaning services with Call Louis Cleaning and Restoration.
Core Cares helps individuals stay at home by offering caregiving, nursing, and medical alert systems in over 55 communities in South Dakota. Specializing in tasks like bathing, meal prep, and medication setups, our well-trained staff delivers exceptional care. We invest in our team through customized training and comprehensive benefits. To learn more about job opportunities or services, visit our website at corecares.com. Core Cares, proudly serving our community.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporter of Tanager Athletics and the student athlete. Back inside the birdcage, it's good to be home. Welcome to Thursday Night Basketball here on Vermillion Tanagers Live. It was a very special night. It's a rival game, if you will, across the states. The state of Nebraska taking on the state of South Dakota, along with our producer, Spencer Bewley. Our color man coming up here in just a little bit. Cole Larsh, I'm Heath Nimke. It is the 3-2 Ponca Indians that come inside the birdcage, taking on the Vermillion Tanagers, who are 2-0 so far this season, 2-0 in the DAC-12, and they are coming off a very physical game Tuesday night against the West Central Trojans. Now, we're going to talk more about that game that happened on Tuesday evening, including head coach John Brooks talked about how it did affect his girls a little bit and how they are feeling going into this game against the Ponca Indians. And, of course, the big matchup coming up on Saturday evening against the number 1 team in Class C2, the Crofton Warriors. Again, that comes up Saturday evening. But right now, it is the Ponca Indians, as we mentioned, a team that is 3-2 on the season. They lost a lot of talent from a year ago, but this is a Bob Hayes team that, if you know anything about Bob Hayes and the Ponca Indians, he is always a great coach, reloading his teams, and the Ponca Indians are certainly going to be one that has to be watched out for later on this season. Tonight is also a very special night, as you see, as the crowd is going to continue to fill in, and you'll see along your huddle camera for later on this evening, and at times we'll spotlight it as well. A lot of Tanager fans will be not wearing the traditional red, but instead purple this evening for a very, very special cause, and that is because of Kinsley Bennett. She's a 5-year-old from Ponca currently battling leukemia. Now, Cage Creations, which is a part of the students here at the visual media marking class at the Vermillion High School, have made small orange towels, which is Kinsley's favorite color, with the purple butterfly, which of course purple represents leukemia. Now, for today's games, they are selling rally towels for $5 a piece, with 100% of the proceeds that go to Kinsley's family. So if you're going to make your way here shortly and you have not got here yet to the game, and again are coming here, make sure you purchase one of those rally towels for the night. Again, a very special cause, and again, already seen some Tanager fans watching the JV game currently ongoing wearing purple as well. So very, very exciting to see that. We are in the JV game right now as well, where the Ponca Indians do lead over the Vermillion Tanagers by the score of 28-23. Again, going into this game, the Vermillion Tanagers, it is their first home game of the season. They were on the road a little over a week and a half ago, taking on the Canton Seahawks for their season opener before that game Tuesday night, which included very, very physical play with West Central. And it seemed like at one point it might be a very close game throughout all the quarters. We saw a couple girls get in foul trouble as well for the Vermillion Tanagers, but they were able to battle through, and Vermillion at one point went on a 20-0 run, and then in the third quarter, they outscored the West Central Trojans 22-5, which made a huge difference in that game as well, where they really, I guess in the end, as you look at the score, easily got past the West Central Trojans to get to that 2-0 mark on the season and 2-0 in the DAC 12. But we know for the Vermillion Tanagers, just with this matchup coming up tonight, they do come in as the favorites against the Ponca Indians. And even watching the Indians, they played Irene Wakanda a little over a week ago, and they struggled at points against the Eagles, a Class B team in the state of South Dakota. So we'll see how much Vermillion has watched on that film and how much they have prepared as they get ready for the Ponca Indians. And speaking of that, Cole Larsch is back with me once again this evening. When we come back, we'll talk more about what we see so far in the opening standings. Last time we were joined with Cole Larsch, we were kind of talking about what could be this season, but now 2 games in and a couple weeks into high school girls basketball action, we are set a little bit more on what we should expect. Plus, how to watch the boys as they are in action tonight down at the Tyson Event Center. All that information is on the way next here on Vermillion Tanagers Live and Live Ticket TV.
Best Western Best Western Ramkota Hotel in Aberdeen is the place to stay for business or the weekend family getaway. You'll feel right at home with ample parking, spacious guest rooms, and complimentary breakfast. And with a convenient location, you'll have easy access to local attractions and events in the area. While staying at the Best Western Ramkota, guests can enjoy an indoor water play land, an on-site Minerva's restaurant, exercise facility, wedding services, and a business center. For friendly service and a great stay, make your reservation today.
Agriculture is like no other business, which makes Farm Credit Services of America like no other lender. Owned by the farmers and ranchers we serve, our customers have a voice in how we work, a stake in what we do, and share in our success. Discover a lender that works for you at Farm Credit Services of America.
Birds like tanagers are great at flying out of the way to miss your car, deer, and other drivers are not. If you're in any kind of accident, bring your vehicle to Blaine's Body Shop in Vermillion. We repair your vehicle to pre-accident condition and handle the entire process from start to finish, including an accurate estimate and dealing with the insurance adjuster. So good luck to the tanagers, and if you're in an accident, bring your vehicle to
Blaine's Body Shop. Blaine's Body Shop. Automotive collision repair.
In times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories is just a way of life. It's good to be home. Agraria Insurance Company, protecting what's important in life. Contact your local Agraria Insurance Company agent.
Jensen Kennels is your safe place to take your dog while you're away. They have over 7,000 square feet of indoor run space and outdoor play yards. They pride themselves in providing enrichment both mentally and physically for all types of dogs. And speaking of size, Jensen Kennels can host any size of dog, from the smallest Boston Terrier to the largest Great Dane. To find out the full services Jensen Kennels offers, check out their website and Facebook pages. Next time you need your dog to stay in a safe, fun environment, make it Jensen's Kennels.
Do you have a pest problem? Got bats, ants, termites? Family owned and operated, Olson's Pest Technicians have had over 50 years experience taking care of pest problems in places across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. Utilizing brilliant methods such as Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatment for bed bugs. There's no pest too tough for Olson's Pest Technicians. If you have pest problems, call 800-KILL-BUGS.
If you are self-motivated, accountable, and eager to learn new skills, we'd love to talk to you about a rock star career. Masaba in Vermillion is hiring full and part-time manufacturing positions for the rock industry. Masaba provides comprehensive training in a clean, safe, and state-of-the-art facility. Masaba offers competitive wages, a fun and interesting work environment and culture. Join our team of rock stars. Visit masabainc.com to learn more.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporter of Tanager Athletics and the student athlete. In the JV game right now, back inside the birdcage between the Vermillion Tanagers and the Ponca Indians. The Ponca Indians do lead right now, 29-25, along with our producer, the great Spencer Bewley, the trusty Cole Large to my right side. I'm Heath Nimke, and it's wonderful to have you along on this Thursday evening of high school hoops as both teams are in action tonight, the Vermillion boys and the Vermillion girls. Of course, we're here at the Vermillion High School. The Vermillion boys coming up at around 7:30 this evening as they are in the Baumgars Invitational taking on Boys Town from the state of Nebraska. Now, there is no video coverage from us here tonight because of exclusive rights that another streaming company does have. But if you'd like to catch the boys later on this evening, it will be on Metro Sports TV. We'll also see, depending on how these games move along this evening, if that game does get underway during the girls' game, we'll keep you up to date. We'll pull it up here on our end, and we'll watch that game and keep you up to date on how the boys are doing. That is certainly going to be a tough matchup, if you will. Boys Town is considered a double-A team in the state of South Dakota, but we did just see the Vermillion Tanagers beat kind of that type of team, South Sioux City, last Friday. So certainly a manageable task for the boys as they are also 2-0, getting a win over West Central on Tuesday evening. It was a high-flying match, if you will, in that game, and a lot of points and very defensively in that fourth quarter. But the Vermillion Tanager boys able to get it done to move to 2-0 on the season and also 1-0 in the DAC-12. You may remember, though, last year, that is how Vermillion also opened up their DAC-12 conference play. They lost against Tri-Valley and then won against West Central. They would never win another DAC-12 game after that, going 0-8 after that, marking a total of 1-9, but they're hoping to reckon with a few other teams throughout this season. Before we go any further, let's talk more about the Ponca Indians, a team that does come in 3-2 so far this season, which is a little bit different from what we have seen before in the past. If you will, the Ponca Indians usually are a team that's undefeated. They opened up their season down in the state of Nebraska already over 2 weeks ago, back on the 30th of November at Hartington, Newcastle, where they lost 38-35 in that season opener. Their home opener was against Wayne. They got an overtime victory, 54-51. In fact, that's the most points they've put up so far this season, where we'll hear later on Emerson Ellers put up a double-double in that game, and she averages a double-double throughout this season. The sophomore is certainly going to be one to reckon with. Otherwise, throughout the rest of this season so far, a week ago, for the Ponca Indians, they went 2-1 as they beat Osmond Randolph 49-31. I also mentioned earlier in the pregame show they won at Irene Wakanda 43-28, pulling away late in that game, and then lost just on Tuesday night against Laurel Conrad Coleridge 57-45. So that is the season so far for the Ponca Indians. Again, 3-2, 0-1 in the C2 District 8 is where the conference they come out of in the state of Nebraska. For the Vermillion Tanagers, as we mentioned, 2-0 so far in this season. It has been two DAC-12 teams. They have taken care of business so far, and they're looking to now take on a team from the state of Nebraska, and we'll see how they do. But let's take a little bit more at these Ponca Indians as we talk about a few names. There's kind of a few that we're going to be paying attention to. As we mentioned already, number 52, Emerson Ellers, does stand at just 6 foot, but averages 11 points a ball game and 10 rebounds a game. She will certainly be a battle tonight for the Vermillion Tanagers, as they don't have usually that size that we can depend on from Herbster. Also, we'll be seeing Hughes will be playing a huge game. Aches Hughes, the point guard senior, she averages 12 points a game and also 5 rebounds a game. She is the leading scorer for the Ponca Indians. Otherwise, the Indians will also run Korth, Keller, and James. Otherwise, they don't go as deep into their bench, a lot like we've seen so far with the Vermillion Tanagers. And speaking of the Vermillion Tanagers, as we focus more back on them and throughout the rest of, well, this week, if you will, we're bringing my broadcast partner, Cole Larson. Cole, as we knew, West Central inside the Coliseum was going to be a big game. This, of course, is going to be a big game, but the biggest one of all coming up Saturday evening against Crofton. You would like to see the Vermillion Tanagers take care of business tonight, put Ponca away early, and maybe get their starters some rest and not have to battle all 4 quarters tonight.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a big thing, especially when you go up against a powerhouse like Crofton. And especially, I mean, just the circumstances of the game, you know, Saturday, not at home, even though you're hosting it, so you can kind of count it as a neutral site, almost like a jamboree or a tournament style. It's going to be a big game. You want to try and make quick work of Ponca, but also in that sense, you can't overlook them because Ponca's going to be a tough team. They're going to come out strong, I think, with their big shooters. And as much as you might say, oh, we got to focus on Crofton and try and keep everybody healthy, you cannot overlook Ponca.
Yeah, Ponca is certainly one team that has always caused fits, and this is a team that we've seen before in the past. Maybe they don't look like they're going to be the best, but they're always competing it towards the top when it comes to the class. As we mentioned, the last 4 seasons, they have made the state tournament in the state of Nebraska, which, as we know, just in the high school here in the state of South Dakota, it can certainly be a difficult task. And we saw Vermillion last year in the great run. They had only 1 loss during the regular season. Everything was trending in the right direction, but all of a sudden, it was 1 upset in the region, and they never make it to the SODAC 16. As we mentioned, also tonight is a very special night here inside the Birdcage, as 2 states are coming together, all in supporting of one, as Cage Creations, which is made up of the students here at the Visual Media Marketing class at the Vermillion High School, have made small orange towels. And Kinsley's favorite, we're talking about Kinsley Bennett. She's a 5-year-old from Ponca, currently battling leukemia. Now, those rally towels are on sale for $5 a piece when you come to the game. Make sure you buy yourself a rally towel, with all proceeds going directly back to Kinsley's family to battle leukemia. And the fans have been encouraged to wear purple this evening. Cole, before we get to our next timeout break and we talk more about the Vermillion Tanagers with head coach John Brooks, which is coming up, let's talk about the rest of this, well, Region 4A and DAC 12, as we've gotten a few more games underneath our belt. Anything that's jumped out to you inside the Region 4A when it comes to these teams?
I mean, not really. I mean, there's some things that jump out to me, but not a lot of big surprises. T, currently second in the region standings. They're sitting at 1-0 with a good win over Dakota Valley, who a lot of people were projecting they were going to be pretty good this year. Dakota Valley started off 1-2, so maybe a shaky start there. Lennox is currently in third, 3-1. They beat Dakota Valley, Millbank, and Del Rapids. Lost to Sioux Falls Christian, so no real big surprises there. EPJ currently sits in fourth with wins over Canton and Madison, and then the rest of the region, Canton and Dakota Valley currently tied for fifth, Beersford in seventh, and Parker in eighth. So really not a whole lot of surprises overall in Region 4. But so far, a couple tough games have been played, especially that Lennox-Sioux Falls Christian game. Yeah, it's nice to see the Vermillion Tanagers towards the top, but we certainly know it doesn't always mean that it's going to stay that way, especially with a lot of basketball that is left to play. Cole, once again, going into this week, the Vermillion Tanagers grabbed that number 4 spot in the media. Wagner shook out as number 1 again, Sisseton number 2, T-Area number 3. As mentioned, Vermillion number 4, Sioux Falls Christian number 5, another DAC 12 team. In fact, 3 out of the 5 spots are taken by DAC 12 teams. Otherwise, Flandreau Indian, Hamlin, Red Cloud, Aberdeen Roncalli, and Hanson all receiving votes. Your thoughts on the top 5? I mean, I think it's going to stay this way, as much as I may agree with it or disagree with it on some teams who should be up there or maybe shouldn't be up there. I think it's going to stay that way for quite a bit of the season because a lot of these teams don't play each other until later in the year, and I think that's when we're going to see things start to shake out a little bit. so far, I mean, considering it's like, the first, second week of the media poll, it's not a bad poll. I mean, I'd make some changes, but not some major changes.
One thing you do mention, games coming up. Of course, we know just after the beginning of the new year, Vermillion and T area will meet up back here in Vermillion. And again, Tanager fans need no reminder what that meant a year ago, or less than a year ago, even if you will, when it was a double overtime victory to send the T area Titans into the SODAC 16, and Vermillion Tanagers would never make it past the regions. And for some Vermillion fans, certainly happy to see that T area on the football side has since left to move up to the AA side, and when it comes to all of their athletics, they will also be making the jump after this school year is over with. So this, in fact, is the last year with the T area Titans, not only in Class A, but also within the Region 4A. And of course, Cole, we were talking about it last year in petitioning, talking about the SODAC 32 might be coming into play a little bit more.
No.
It is on the docket, but it has not been discussed by the state quite yet. But I know there are a few coaches within this region that have certainly brought it to attention of the state, and will certainly be a talking point after this year. But again, the SODAC 16 does remain. Final few seconds here in the JV game, 36-33. The Ponca Indians are going to be shooting some free throws, trying to finish this one out here against the Vermillion Tanagers as this one files in. Cole, before we go to commercial break, one last question for you. How nice is it to be back inside the birdcage?
Oh my gosh, it's amazing. I mean, every time we go to a game, it feels like, we're traveling this far away and this far away. And not only is it going to be good for us, but especially for the team, finally getting to play in your home gym. Had a lot of luck here in the home gym last year. Hopefully they can kind of roll that over, get the crowd into it, get this place a-rocking.
Yeah, it's certainly going to feel a little bit lighter than usual, again, with the boys on the road this evening. When we have that doubleheader crowd, it always gets a little bit more packed, but tonight it is a little bit more on the empty side, if you will. Again, the boys are in action tonight against Boys Town, Nebraska, at the Baumgars Invitational. Metro Sports has the exclusive rights to streaming. We will be able to pull up that game a little bit later on. That one's set to tip off just past 7:30. We'll see if we can't keep you up to date. But again, that's an hour away at least from now. We'll, again, keep you up to date on what's all happening there. All right, when we come back, it's head coach John Brooks of the Vermillion Tanagers talk more about how his squad is doing against, well, I should say after that game against West Central, and how they prepare for the Ponca Indians and what is yet to come on Saturday. That is on the way next here on Vermillion Tanagers Live and Live Ticket TV.
Make sure your John Deere baler is ready to roll next season with Grossenberg's Big 5 sale. Save 15% off the top 5 wear parts on hay balers. Stock up and save on belting, driveline, pickup, bale chamber, and tying parts at Grossenberg. Stop by one of our 9 locations to save big during the Big 5 sale or visit grossenberg.com. Offer ends 2/29/24. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for eligible parts list and full offer details.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
At Northern State University, your future starts with an affordable education that's personalized for you. Experience hands-on learning guided by world-class supportive faculty. You'll also enjoy a full campus life with opportunities to choose from numerous student activities and events, all in a safe, welcoming community. At Northern, you'll find a college that's right for you, a place to belong. Your future starts here. Unleash your potential at Northern.
For healthier crops and stronger yields, count on Nutrien Ag Solutions. By partnering with the leader in plant nutrition, you'll have access to innovative products and unmatched service that deliver impact and efficiency to every acre. Healthier crops, happier growers. Lead the field this season and beyond. Find your local crop consultant at nutrienagsolutions.com.
Whether you are pregnant or planning ahead, you and your baby deserve a healthy start. We offer a wide range of services such as advocacy, health screenings and education, care coordination and car seat safety, participant empowerment, referral services, and fatherhood support. To learn more about Great Plains Healthy Start, visit greatplainstravelhealth.org or call one of our 5 service areas today. Brought to you by Great Plains Healthy Start, so that the people may live.
Farmers know crop insurance is essential for managing risk. It's also valuable for maximizing revenue. The crop insurance officers at Farm Credit Services of America have proprietary tools and expertise to deliver the personalized crop and revenue protection you need for the peace of mind you want. Nobody delivers crop insurance like this. Discover the difference by calling 800-884-FARM. Agriculture works here.
What's your big picture?
To keep the farm in the family.
To pay off the loan.
To start my own operation.
To drive Grandpa's combine. Right, Grandpa?
If owning a successful operation is in your big picture, First Bank & Trust has ag experts to help you plan for the future.
To diversify.
To teach her how to drive a combine.
Find out how First Bank & Trust makes managing your farm easier at bankeasy.com.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
In times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories is just a way of life. It's good to be home. Agraria Insurance Company, protecting what's important in life. Contact your local Agraria Insurance Company agent.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporter of Tanager Athletics and the student athlete. Back inside the birdcage as we get you set for varsity action between the Ponca Indians and the Vermillion Tanagers. Great to have you along here on Live Ticket TV and Vermillion Streaming, your home for all things Vermillion Athletics. Don't forget, it's super easy to watch Vermillion sports, including wrestling this past week. On Tuesday, when we were in West Central, we had plenty of action going on here for the wrestling tournament. And then don't forget, more coming up this spring, as we'll have you covered for spring and summer with the baseball season right here on Vermillion Tanagers Live. So you can watch all the action and with Live Ticket TV. Pep band is on the background. That means the players are out there and warming up as we get ready again for this matchup between the Ponca Indians coming in at 3-2 and the Vermillion Tanagers at 2-0 so far this season. Again, it was a battle the other night for the Vermillion girls as they took on the West Central Trojans. And after quarter number 1, it was 11-7 that West Central was leading, but that was also part of the run where Vermillion went on a 20-0 run late into the second quarter. And then in the third quarter, they went on a 22-5 run in that third quarter to separate from the West Central Trojans and get the victory 55-31 to come in this game against the Ponca Indians. And after the game and even today, got the chance to catch up with head coach John Brooks to talk about how the girls are feeling after that game. It was such a physical game and what he expects to see more of his bench play a role with the team that he has. Here he is on our pregame show to talk more. It's head coach of the Vermillion girls, John Brooks. Brooks, as we get ready for another night, another game of basketball. It is the Ponca Indians. A little bit of a tradition to this game now as we continue to do it year in and year out. Let's talk about that. Of course, with this DAC 12, the Region 4, we have to play a certain set of games. We like to play all the DAC 12 teams. We like to play all the Region 4 teams. You kind of like to be in a couple classics, but you get the Ponca Indians and a team that has just traditionally throughout history been good at girls basketball. How nice is it to play a different team from a different state that is very competitive year in and year out?
You know, Ponca's had a really good program, and it's been a nice game for both of us. You know, they usually win. In the last 4 years, they've been to the state tournament every single year. They've been to a couple state championship games. They win 20 games a year, and I think it's a good competitive game for them as well to come play us. And it's been a really competitive game for us too, obviously. So it's been good for both programs. Me and Coach Hayes really enjoyed this game, and you know, as we've had some battles with them, they always seem to be very competitive, and they lost quite a few seniors off last year's team, but they have a really good program and reload every single year, and Coach Hayes does a great job, so they'll bring another good team in here tonight.
Yeah, we'll talk more about the Ponca Indians here in just a moment, but let's recap Tuesday night. We talked about how physical of a game it was, and looking at the final score, I think a lot of people, they look more at the Vermillion Tanagers and say, whoa, this is going to be a very competitive team if they did that against West Central. But as we know, it was very physical as well. How are the girls feeling after Tuesday's physical match with the Trojans?
Yeah, very physical game, and that's how West Central plays. They get up, they pressure you. We told our girls before the game, you got to be ready to. They're going to bump you, they're going to slap you, they're going to be very aggressive defensively, and you know, I thought our girls did a pretty good job with it. I think we only had 9 turnovers against them, so that was really nice to see, and I think we were able to force over 30 turnovers. We were able to turn West Central over quite a bit, and that really helped. So it was an up and down game. Second game of the year, we're starting to figure out what kind of shape we're in, but the girls all said they felt great at practice yesterday, so that was a good sign for us as coaches that maybe we're getting there to game shape and ready to play again tonight.
I don't know if I was seeing Coach John Brooks out there on Tuesday's game or Jay Drake, because Jay's famous for, you know, he'll go a few deep into his bench, but as the season moves along, he kind of really shortens it up, and so far in 2 games, we've only seen you really dip 2 girls into the bench so far. Of course, foul trouble was a big issue against the Trojans. Are you going to continue to develop this bench? Are more girls going to get some opportunities for some playing varsity time, or do we see kind of that stack of 3-4 girls out there getting a bulk of the minutes?
You know, we want to develop that bench, obviously. I think that's really crucial. It's been crucial to our success, especially with the way we play. But we have 5 kids in our starting lineup that have a lot of experience, and they've playing since their freshman, sophomore year, and those 5 kids, they're good players. So we want to keep those girls on the floor as much as we can. But I think Taylor Bart has been great off the bench this year. She's come in and done exactly what we need her to do. She's playing 18 to 20 minutes a game. So we are getting her for sure to come in and give us really good minutes. And then, you know, Maya's right there starting to provide some minutes. And then we have 3 more girls there with Madigan and Bailey and Mackenzie. Those girls are kind of fighting for spots as well. So still early in the season. It's kind of what we told the girls at PAX the other day. We've only played 2 games. Don't panic if you're not getting a ton of minutes or if you're not getting minutes right now. There's still a lot of games to be played, and hopefully we can experience. And they've playing since their freshman, sophomore year, and those 5 kids, they're good players. So we want to keep those girls on the floor as much as we can. But I think Taylor Bart has been great off the bench this year. She's come in and done exactly what we need her to do. She's playing 18 to 20 minutes a game. So we are getting her for sure to come in and give us really good minutes. And then, you know, Maya's right there starting to provide some minutes. And then we have 3 more girls there with Madigan and Bailey and Mackenzie. Those girls are kind of fighting for spots as well. So still early in the season. It's kind of what we told the girls at PAX the other day. We've only played 2 games. Don't panic if you're not getting a ton of minutes or if you're not getting minutes right now. There's still a lot of games to be played, and hopefully we can continue to build that bench.
Well, let's focus back in again on the Ponca Indians. Looking at a team, as you mentioned, they have lost quite a bit from what they have a year ago. They come into the game 3-2, 0-1 in their District 8, if you will. That does feature Crofton in there as well. When we look at this team, as you mentioned, there's still size there, though, with Emerson Ellers. That is going to be huge, staying at 6 foot. How do you try to shut down and eliminate her tonight?
Yeah, she's very good. Watching her on film, she was out last year for them with an injury, and she's back this season. And she's I think somebody found a clip that said that against Wayne, I think she had like 19 points and 17 rebounds or something like that. So she's skilled inside. She's physical. She rebounds really well. We need to make sure that we're doing a really good job of helping on her and denying her as much as possible. Then on the perimeter, they put 4 guards out, run a lot of motion stuff this year, dribble, drive, attack, shoot the 3 balls very well. Good freshman point guard in Keller that's kind of running the show for them. So, like you said, a lot of new faces for them this year, but the same type of Ponca team. They get up and pressure you man-to-man. They deny. They're physical, very well coached, very, very disciplined basketball team. So you got to be you got to run your stuff very well in order to get open looks against them.
In an overtime win against Wayne, they scored 54 points. Otherwise, they're kind of right there in the mid-40s when it comes to overall scoring. I know you got a chance to kind of look back. And, of course, you can even go live ticket TV and watch them play against Irene Wakanda. They pull away late to win that one, 43-28. But their offense, it took them some time to get going. How important is this to get out to a fast start, kind of like we saw Game 1 against the Canton Indians? If we can put up 20 points in that first quarter, we might be able to really dictate how the rest of the 3 quarters go against the Indians.
The starts are huge, and getting off, just being mentally prepared and ready to play, is something that we talk a lot about, is being focused right from the tip. And hopefully we can have a better start than we did on Tuesday night. And but Ponca is one of those teams, like we said, that they're a little inexperienced this year, but they got 5 games under their belt. You're starting to see their kids, even through the film from the first game of the year up until now, starting to gain more confidence or get more comfortable at the varsity level. So they're going to come in here a lot different team than they were probably 3 weeks ago. And so, like you said, the starts for us and getting off and kind of getting the tempo at the pace that we want is going to be important for us here in the first quarter.
Well, Coach, the first 4 games of the season, I mean, the 4th one is kind of technically a home game, but you're playing at the SCSC. So this is the first true home opener for your squad. How nice is it to be back inside the birdcage?
Absolutely. It's something we talked about at practice yesterday. Like you said, a tough physical game on Tuesday. We had a short, quick practice yesterday to get ready for Ponca, and then we should be energized and ready to go again. We're here at home, first home game of our season. I know our fans are excited to see these girls back at home and in action. So should be a great crowd, and excited for a good basketball game.
Once again, that is head coach John Brooks of the Vermillion girls talking about just being, first off, home back inside the birdcage. And as we get closer to tip-off, things are starting to fill up inside the birdcage as well. Again, just a single game here tonight as the boys are also in action, but are on the road down at the Tyson Event Center. But it's been very exciting over the past couple of years to catch the Vermillion girls, as they've been one of the top teams in the state of South Dakota in Class A. And that's no different this year, where they come in at that 4th spot, according to the media. And again, right now, number 1 in Region 4A. They also start the season off 2-0 and 2-0 in the DAC-12. Before we get you to our opening tap, we take a quick look at this matchup against the Ponca Indians and the Vermillion Tanagers. As I just mentioned, Vermillion 2-0 on the season against the Ponca Indians, who do come in at 3-2 overall. They are 0-1 in their region, or in their district, if you will, the C2 District 8. Some of the big names you're going to be watching for is Aches Hughes. She is their point guard, averaging over 12 points a ball game. And then the other big name for the Ponca Indians is Emerson Ellers. Does average a double-double, 11 points, 10 rebounds so far through the first 5 games of the season for the Ponca Indians. For the Vermillion Tanagers, 3 girls already averaging double digits, including Taylor Ruvers leading the way with 13.5 points so far this season. Otherwise, Brooke Jensen and Chandler Cleveland, 11 points apiece. They are averaging. In fact, Chandler Cleveland will really be the one to spotlight once again this evening, as she'll certainly have a tough battle inside against Emerson Ellers. Chandler Cleveland coming into this matchup, as I mentioned, 11 points is what she's averaging, but also 8 rebounds a game is what she's also averaging so far. She has been impressive. And as we heard from head coach John Brooks, he'll be hoping to keep the girls out of foul trouble. We saw that play a huge factor against West Central on Tuesday night, where we saw Janaea Cleveland and Brooklyn Voss pick up early fouls. They had to ride a lot of the bench, which brought in those bench players, something that Vermillion Tanagers can do, but they would like to keep that starting five out there as much as possible, and the Ponca Indians play the same way as well. Keep as many of the starters out there and get as many minutes as you possibly can from them, just because both teams don't go extremely deep into their benches. It's going to be an exciting one here inside the Birdcage. Again, a packed house. A lot of fans are in purple as they rally around tonight. A very special cause, as again, they are supporting not one of their own, but this time they're reaching across the table and supporting the Ponca Indians, as tonight fans are wearing purple in support of Kinsley Bennett. She's a 5-year-old from Ponca who's currently battling leukemia. Vermillion Tanagers have also been selling orange rally towels, with all proceeds going back to Kinsley. Very cool to see from the Vermillion Tanagers and wearing that purple and supporting Kinsley Bennett. Let's take a timeout. When we come back, it's our starting five and the opening tap between the Vermillion Tanagers and the Ponca Indians. That is on the way next here on Vermillion Tanagers Live and Live Ticket TV.
High quality work and even higher quality customer service. At Vermillion's oldest cleaning and restoration company, they pride themselves on providing the best service with friendly, knowledgeable staff.
Core Cares helps individuals stay at home by offering caregiving, nursing, and medical alert systems in over 55 communities in South Dakota. Specializing in tasks like bathing, meal prep, and medication setups, our well-trained staff delivers exceptional care. We invest in our team through customized training and comprehensive benefits. To learn more about job opportunities or services, visit our website at corecares.com. Core Cares, proudly serving our community.
Best Western Ramkota Hotel in Aberdeen is the place to stay for business or the weekend family getaway. You'll feel right at home with ample parking, spacious guest rooms, and complimentary breakfast. And with a convenient location, you'll have easy access to local attractions and events in the area. While staying at the Best Western Ramkota, guests can enjoy an indoor water play land, an on-site Minerva's restaurant, exercise facility, wedding services, and a business center. For friendly service and a great stay, make your reservation today.
Agriculture is like no other business, which makes Farm Credit Services of America like no other lender. Owned by the farmers and ranchers we serve, our customers have a voice in how we work, a stake in what we do, and share in our success. Discover a lender that works for you at Farm Credit Services of America.
Birds like tanagers are great at flying out of the way to miss your car. Deer and other drivers are not. If you're in any kind of accident, bring your vehicle to Blaine's Body Shop in Vermillion. We repair your vehicle to pre-accident condition and handle the entire process from start to finish, including an accurate estimate and dealing with the insurance adjuster. So good luck to the tanagers, and if you're in an accident, bring your vehicle to
Blaine's Body Shop. Blaine's Body Shop. Automotive collision repair.
In times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club press box. Proud
Well,
supporter
right
of
now
Tanager
on the
Athletics
court
and the student
here
athlete.
inside the Birdcage, they are presenting Kinsley Bennett with a check of the money they have raised so far in helping supporting 5-year-old Kinsley, who is battling leukemia from Ponca. Very, very cool and exciting to see here inside the Birdcage. The support from the Vermillion faithful and reaching across the table to support such a great cause for Kinsley, who is battling leukemia. And again, our thoughts and prayers go out to Kinsley as well as she continues her fight. Otherwise, let's get ready for a matchup, a cross-state matchup between the Ponca Indians and the Vermillion Tanagers. The 4th year now that this has been going on. Tanagers come into this series at 2-1 overall, including winning last year's matchup in Ponca. But tonight is going to be no easy task for the Vermillion Tanagers, who come in 2-0 and also 2-0 already in the deck. 12, the Ponca Indians are 3-2 overall. Let's meet our starting five. For the visitors, the Ponca Indians. Tonight's five will be number 12, Lily Korth.
the 5'7" senior guard. Number 20, LZ Keller, the 5'7" freshman guard. Number 32, Peyton James, the 5'8" senior forward. Number 34, Aches Hughes, the 5'3" senior guard. And finally, number 52, Emerson Ellers, the 6' sophomore guard for the Ponca Indians. She'll be the one to watch for tonight as she is averaging a double-double so far this season. For the Vermillion Tanagers, nothing changes from the first 2 games of the season. It is the starting 5 that includes number 11, Taylor Ruvers, the 5'3" guard, who's an 8th grader, averaging 13.5 points so far this season. Otherwise, after that, it's Brooklyn Voss, number 21, the 5'11" senior guard. Number 22, Janaea Cleveland, the 5'8" senior guard. Number 25, Chandler Cleveland, who's averaging 11 points, 8 rebounds so far this season, the 5'9" senior guard. And finally, number 33, Brooke Jensen, the Augustana commit, the 6'1" junior guard for the Vermillion Tanagers. And that is your starting 5 for both the Ponca Indians and the Vermillion Tanagers. We are set and ready to roll inside the birdcage. Along with our producer, Spencer Bewley, our color man, Cole Larsh. Good evening, I'm Heath Nimke. It's great to have you along here on this Thursday evening of high school hoops. Exclusive coverage on a different streaming platform for the Vermillion boys, but we'll keep you up to date as they open up their game against Boys Town, Nebraska, coming up in about a half hour's time. When that game gets started, we will keep you in the loop on how things are going for the Vermillion Tanager boys, but that's coming up a little bit later on this evening. Otherwise, next 2 games come up in the SCSC on Saturday. The Vermillion boys play Beersford, and the Vermillion girls play number 1 in the state of Nebraska in Class C2, the Crofton Indians. If you haven't made it out to a game yet, we hope you can join us at the SCSC, located on the campus of the University of South Dakota. It will be Emerson Ellers and Brooklyn Voss to meet in the center Tanager logo. It is the home opener for the Vermillion girls as they have yet to play here in the birdcage, and certainly is a very exciting matchup against the Ponca Indians. The tip is in the air, won by the Tanagers, and we are underway. The Tanagers in their white uniforms, numbers and letters that are in red, outlined in black. The Ponca Indians in their away uniforms, all black, with numbers and letters that are in blue, outlined by white. They get Brooke Jensen down underneath, a favorable matchup, and Brooke Jensen connects right away on her first field goal of the game. And Vermillion is coming out, bringing the press, trying to get the Indians into some trouble. It's a 2-on-2 as they work it into the front court. 2-0. Vermillion leads as they were able to score on their first possession. Now a turnover. Here's Chandler Cleveland, the 1-on-1. Chandler is driving off the glass. This one's short as it went off the back of the iron and hit the front and fell out. Quickly opposite way come the Ponca Indians with Hughes. Bounce pass as they work it now over to Korth. Korth, the left-handed dribble to the elbow, trying to get down to the box. Now back out. It's a long 2 with a couple feet on the line. This one missed, and it's rebounded by Ruvers. Ruvers, the 5'3", 8th grader, quickly kicks in front to Janaea Cleveland. Over to Brooklyn Voss. What a great assist there from Janaea Cleveland. And Brooklyn Voss has her first 2 points of the ball game. It's quickly 4-0. We heard earlier Cole Larsh say you don't want to mess around in this game. If Vermillion can put it away quickly, that's exactly what they want to do. Another quick turnover. Here come the Tanagers the opposite way. Rivers pump fakes, now drives off the front of the iron. Fight for the rebound. It's underneath and picked up by the Ponca Indians. The Indians will push with Keller into the front court using the right-handed dribble. Kicks to the top, and they'll swing it around the perimeter. So far, Emerson Ellers has been quiet for the Indians. They don't want her to get space inside. It's Keller at the top, working her way down inside the perimeter. Nowhere to go. Kicks back out now to Korth. Korth, the left-handed dribble to the elbow. Bounce pass as they get it now with James. Bounce pass to the corner along the baseline feed. 8 seconds on the shot clock and another turnover. The 4th turnover of the game. In fact, the Indians have yet to get up a shot, trailing 4-0. 5:57 first quarter. It's Voss along the far corner to the top to Janaea. Kicks it to her sister. Chandler will shoot the 3. This one's off the mark. Brooke Jensen tried to fight for the rebound, but wasn't able to come away with it. Keller drives in, puts up a shot, took a deflection on its way through, but they do say a foul that will go against the Vermillion Tanagers. It is a shooting foul, so we'll see a 1-1 upcome. It's Taylor Ruvers who picks up her first personal. What's up, Cole?
2 shots, not 1-1. 1-1 doesn't exist anymore.
Oh, yes. Thank you, Cole.
That's what I'm here for, man. I think we've established that already.
Well, what would I do without you? I did feel a little weird, though, on Tuesday night.
Yeah?
I love John Kirchner, don't get me wrong. But it did feel a little weird without you being there.
Well, trust me, I would have rather been there than taken that test, that's for sure.
It's like going to a hotel and bringing your stuffed teddy bear with. It just gives you a little comfort of home. You're like my stuffed teddy bear.
Is that what I am to you, a little stuffed teddy bear?
You're more like a big teddy bear, if anything.
I'm a big stuffed teddy bear. I'm one of those life-size ones that you can buy for like $30 that are like 7 foot tall.
Ruvers the assist inside to Brooklyn Voss. She has already 4 in the ball game. It's 6-0 as both free throws were missed there by the Ponca Indians. And it's in the backcourt yet. The Indians have 2 seconds to get in the front court, and they'll do it just in time. No! The near official calls for a 10-second violation that will go against the Indians. And it looked like the pass might have just been in the front court in time, but it will go in favor of the Vermillion Tanagers. Cool, usually you'd see refs be lenient with that and allow play on. It's like the delay of game in the NFL.
Yeah. Especially early on in the game. I mean, usually you give them 10, maybe 10 and a tick, maybe even 11 seconds. Especially this early, 6-0, only 3 minutes in.
Ruvers' three-pointer is off the mark. If Vermillion can connect on those three-pointers, this one will get out of hand in a hurry. But the Ponca Indians keeping it close right now, 6-0, but are looking for their first points of the ball game. Again, they're already 0 of 2 from the charity stripe. Haven't really found Ellers inside either. An off-balance shot, this one misses everything. And Brooke Johnson comes away with the loose orange. Ruvers, the quick jumper the opposite way, good. Taylor Ruvers, who's averaging 13 points a ball game, has her first 2, and Vermillion already leads 8-0 over the Ponca Indians.
You know, sometimes you hear coaches say that 19-foot two-pointer is one of the worst shots in basketball. I'd be one to disagree. If you're really good at shooting that shot, shoot it. Doesn't matter if it's 19, 18, or even 20 feet. Shoot that shot if you're good at it.
And she's only 5'3", of course. She's going to be really excited to see her continue to grow. A few more inches yet to come up over the next couple of years from Taylor Ruvers, the 8th grader. It's controlled with Keller. Inside the go, shot was knocked away and blocked there by a couple different hands it looked like there for the Tanagers. The Indians do get it back, and now with Eller, she's double-teamed and has to get it back out to James. James resets to the top with Korth. Korth, the right-handed dribble, back behind they go with Keller. Keller drives in, no, has it stripped loose there by Ruvers, and in the end, it's a shot clock violation, and it will give it to the Vermillion Tanagers.
I have a stats question for you, Heath. You consider that a steal or a block?
A block, because it was a shot that went up.
All right. That's going down as a block then.
It's with Cleveland, who goes to Brooklyn Voss. Her jumper is missed, and Vermillion leads it 8-0. However, you could look at a couple different, a little bit bigger of a score, if you will, Cole. Vermillion starting to miss a couple of these shots inside and getting some fast breaks that just have not connected with. And now a timeout is called as well. 8-0 here. 3:38 left to go in the first quarter. And Coach Bob Hughes uses his first of 5 timeouts, trying to get his team to get refocused and get back into it.
Yeah, I think, like you said, this score could definitely be a lot bigger, but it almost seems like Vermillion's starting to get a little complacent on the offensive end. Not really running any set offense, just trying to throw up some transition buckets. Usually we see a lot of them fall for the Vermillion Tanagers, but they're just not to fall. I'd expect out of this timeout, John Brooks maybe draw something up, get them into a little bit of an offensive rhythm, maybe try and get some better quality shots thrown up.
Again, the boys come up from the Tyson Event Center and the Baumgars Invitational. That one is set to start at 7:30. We'll have the action. I'll keep you up to date on what is happening with that one. Come up a little bit later on, as again, that one is set for 7:30 this evening. Back into action. It's Ruvers that will carry it across the Tanager logo after the Bob Hughes timeout for the Ponca Indians. The Indians have yet to score here in the ball game. Janaea Cleveland over to her twin sister Chandler. Chandler trying to get it back to Janaea inside. Gets by 1, goes up with a difficult shot and just can't get the fall. And then a reach-in foul, which will go against Taylor Ruvers, picking up her second.
And we'll see if she has to come out of the ball game. Yep. And head coach John Brooks, in disgust, will have to put in Barta as his trusty point guard who leads the offense will have to come out. And now you see Doug Hansen, Carrie Jensen, all kind of shouting out instructions on how to change the offense around a little bit here for the Vermillion Tanagers. The Indians still in the backcourt will finally get in the front court as they have it along the far baseline. Back to the top they now go with Keller. Keller the drive, Barr trying to cut off the space. Inside the lane, pick up the dribble, kick back out, catch and shoot three. This one is off, and it just goes out of bounds. And Cole, if you're the Ponca Indians, you're just not seeing anything even connect with the iron right now. It's starting to get into your head a little bit.
Yeah, I think so, and I think the one big thing is the press that Vermillion's been putting on, really getting out of rhythm, and then whenever they try and get it down to Ehlers, they're just not able to because Vermillion's double teaming everything that comes into the post.
Inside quickly to Brooke Jensen. She's got four, then a quick turnover. Back to Brooke Jensen they go. As Vermillion will go defense to offense quickly to Chandler Cleveland. She gets the corner three. This one is off the mark. Vermillion's now 0 of 3 from beyond the three-point line so far here in this first quarter. They lead it, though, 10-0 over the Ponca Indians. Brooke Jensen gets it inside to Brooklyn Voss. She goes up with her shot, leaves it short, gets back her own rebound, back up, she goes with it, and a foul is called, and it will be 2 shots upcoming for Brooklyn Voss. 2:14 first quarter. Of course, the Indians aren't the only team to struggle scoring against Vermillion. We saw on Tuesday night, West Central let Vermillion go on a 20-0 run. And also, Vermillion outscored West Central in the third quarter 22-5. Brooklyn Voss gets her first free throw. She has 5 in the ball game. Second free throw is off the mark. Battle for the rebound underneath. Chandler Cleveland is going to come away with it, and Vermillion keeps it on offense to Janaea. She'll shoot the three. This one off the mark, and Vermillion continues to struggle from three-point land. It's Keller now quickly in the front court. Pass is going to be deflected and stolen away. It was Brooke Jensen who got her hand in, and it went to Barta. Brooke Jensen run the offense right now. Kick back out to Brooklyn Voss. Pump fakes one way, and on that, she will travel, and it will be a turnover. A couple substitutions as Bob Hughes dips into his bench as Emerson Ehlers will come out of the ball game. Checking on include Avery McAfee, and also checking on the ball game, it will be Emma Althoff for the Ponca Indians. Speaking of, it's Caffey who has it. 1:40 remaining in this first quarter. The Ponca Indians have not scored. Spin in the lane, trying to find some space, and another turnover for the Indians. Now with Janaea Cleveland across the timeline. She's trying to direct traffic, trying to tell her sister to go underneath the hoop. She has to peel back out to reset the offense. Brooklyn Voss, the right-handed dribble, passes it into Chandler Cleveland, who lost it, and then it's a turnover. Vermillion does seem a little out of sorts running their offense now without the trusty Taylor Roovers, and Al Halverson's going to come check in. The reverse layup doesn't go for the Indians, and here comes Vermillion quickly the opposite way. It's Barta back out to Jensen. The quick three-pointer from her is off the mark. The Tanagers now 0 of 5 from beyond the three-point line. Again, they hit just 1-2 of those. It is a whole lot bigger of a lead for the Vermillion Tanagers, and the Indians still lucky to be in this right now, trailing by 11 with 45 seconds remaining in this first quarter. It's controlled with Hughes. Inside she drives. It's high off the glass. It can't fall. She's now 0 of 3 from the field so far tonight. In the opposite way, it's Janaea to Chandler. They're both right on top of each other. Janaea now puts down the dribble. Over to Brooke Jensen. Spin in the lane. Jumper for her. And Brooke Jensen, silky smooth tonight. She already has 6 in the ball game. Again, coming into tonight, she was averaging 11. It's 13-0, the final 10 seconds of this first quarter. It's inside, difficult shot, took a deflection on its way up. It's going to be saved, and it'll be saved to Janaea Cleveland. To Brooke Jensen with 2 seconds to Taylor Barta off the glass. She took 4 steps on her way to putting it up. It came to her quickly, and that will do it for the first quarter. But it's been all Vermillion as the Ponca Indians do not score. As we head to the second quarter, it's 13-0. Second quarter comes up here in 30 seconds on Live Ticket TV and Vermillion Tanagers Live.
How long you've been gone. a place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories is just a way of life. It's good to be home. Agraria Insurance Company, protecting what's important in life. Contact your local Agraria Insurance Company agent.
Jensen Kennels is your safe place to take your dog while you're away. They have over 7,000 square feet of indoor run space and outdoor play yards. They pride themselves in providing enrichment both mentally and physically for all types of dogs. And speaking of size, Jensen Kennels can host any size of dog, from the smallest Boston Terrier to the largest Great Dane. To find out the full services Jensen Kennels offers, check out their website and Facebook pages. Next time you need your dog to stay in a safe, fun environment, make it Jensen's Kennels.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporter of Tanager Athletics and the student athlete. Well, after quarter number one, it's the Vermillion Tanagers that lead it over the Ponca Indians 13-0. Cole, for the Ponca Indians, just kind of slow things down, kind of get into a rhythm a little bit and see if they can get something working from beyond the perimeter, as the Ponca Indians have yet to shoot a three, and they've just been kind of in trouble trying to get anything inside to work.
Yeah, I think it's mostly been what Vermillion's been doing defensively that's not allowing them to do anything. Is anytime that ball goes inside the post, Vermillion's usually double teaming, sometimes even triple teaming. I don't know if they've got some sort of special zone, maybe it's just straight up man defense that they're playing, but anytime Ponca gets it inside the three-point line, there's two Tanager defenders waiting right there.
Again, the Ponca Indians did not score in that first quarter. Shot clock, by the way, is a new rule for the state of Nebraska, so that's something they have been getting used to a little bit as well. Now for the Ponca Indians, they really don't average a whole lot of points, about 43 points a ball game. Shot up and count the bucket, and an and one opportunity as Aches Hughes is finally on the scoreboard for the Ponca Indians. So again, the Indians did not score at all in that first quarter. In fact, gotta make sure I scribble it out there just so I don't fill in the wrong spot. And with Hughes, and one opportunity is missed. By the way, the foul came against Halverson, which was picking up her first personal, and the second team foul already on the Vermillion Tanagers in this quarter. So Brooke Jensen kick out to Barta, as Vermillion is running two off the bench here at the moment, and now a travel situation against Barta. A three-pointer was made by Brooklyn Voss, but it won't count. So a couple stars, or three stars out there on the court. Janaea Cleveland, Brooklyn Voss, and Brooke Jensen currently on the court. Halverson and Barta off the bench out there on the court. 13-2, and now a turnover by the Ponca Indians. It's a one-on-one. No, they're going to call a late foul in there by Aches Hughes to try to slow things down, picking up her first personal, the first team foul. And now we're going to see the Ponca Indians bring back in a lot more of their starters, as Keller, Ehlers, Korth, and there was one more that checked onto the ball game. That was Peyton James, who also came on. So Ponca Indians getting back to more of their traditional starters on the court, as Vermillion, again, only three of their starters right now on the court. Brooke Jensen drives in, puts up her shot, misses. It's rebound by Halverson, and then a jump ball is called. They blow the whistle very quickly, maybe something we did not see. Tuesday night against West Central, usually bodies had to hit the ground before we saw a jump ball called, and a few elbows thrown at the same time. Inbound pass to Brooke Jensen. She goes up with her shot, can't hit, but she's fouled, and two free throws upcoming. Again, Brooke Jensen in that first quarter already 6 points. The foul that will go against Emerson Ehlers, picking up her first personal. First free throw is good by Brooke Jensen. She has now 7 points in the ball game. Leading scorer for the Vermillion Tanagers. Second free throw is up, and this one is off the mark. Vermillion leads 14-2, and then a very, very quick pass as they try to get it to Jaden Hughes, goes out of bounds for the Ponca Indians. And Cole, that goes right back to what we were talking about, just not slowing things down a little bit.
Yeah, I think it's, getting back, I think it's what that Vermillion defense is doing, running a little press whenever there's an out of bounds play, and I think it's speeding up the Ponca Indians, and they're not quite sure what to do with it.
It's Voss who drives in, puts up the shot, and she is going to be fouled, and it's going to be 2 free throws that are upcoming. Cole throws his pen in frustration, as Cole is also, his second job is to make sure that everything else is going right across the state of South Dakota, or at least in the southeast portion of the state, and he sees something that upset him, so he threw his pen. It's okay, Cole, you'll get that fixed tomorrow.
I looked at you and I threw my pen in disgust.
First free throw is missed by Brooklyn Voss. By the way, that was the second personal here in this quarter by Emerson Ehlers, and now Vermillion misses another free throw. They're now 0 of 3 on their last 3 free throws. And it seems like Cole, the Vermillion Tanagers are just kind of keeping the Ponca Indians in this game here at the moment, 14-2 with 6:17 remaining in the second quarter.
Yeah, I mean, usually 14 points at this point. I mean, maybe if it's a slow offensive game, and maybe if it's slow both ways, but if Vermillion would make even 25% of the shots that they've missed, this thing's a 30-2 ball game. That's how many shots they've missed.
Janaea Cleveland is fouled as she hits her first bucket of the ball game, so an old-fashioned three-point play is coming up, and the foul, wow, is on Emerson. Emerson Ehlers now has picked up her third of the quarter, and she's going to have to come out of the ball game. She was the one to watch tonight for the Ponca Indians, averaging a double-double coming into this of 11 points, 10 rebounds, and now she is out, and she's going to be out for quite some time. Janaea Cleveland connects on the free throw in that bad spell, and Vermillion now leads it 17-2. Again, the Tanagers have yet to hit a three-pointer in the ball game. Their drive all the way from Keller. This one's off the mark and rebounded by Janaea Cleveland. Quickly up to Brooke Jensen. Jensen, jumper, and this one is off the mark. Rebounded by Keller. As Keller tries to get into the front court for the Ponca Indians. Gets it over now to Hughes. Back to Keller. Work it over to the left wing. Three-pointer off the heel of the iron and rebounded by Halverson. Brooke Jensen quickly kicks it ahead to Barta. Back out, she wants to go Janaea Cleveland, and Janaea Cleveland saves it from going out of bounds, or try to, and then it does. And now Vermillion will make a couple substitution, as it looks like they're going to get their starting 5 back out there. Halverson's going to come out. No, Brooklyn Voss will come out, so Barta will stay out there for the Vermillion Tanager. So it's Rivers, Barta, Chandler Cleveland, Janaea Cleveland, and Jensen on the court right now for the Tanagers. 17-2, 5:23, second quarter. Controlled with the Ponca Indians at the top of the key. They want to get it over to the near wing and now have to go back to the top of the Tanager logo with Keller. She'll drive and put up the difficult shot. It's a charge taken by Janaea Cleveland. And the Ponca Indians now commit their 5th team foul. So we have reached bonus for the Vermillion Tanagers. So Tanagers will be shooting free throws throughout the rest of this quarter, and we still have 5:10 before halftime. So we'll see if Vermillion can't take advantage a little bit of that. As Ruvers back onto the court to run the offense is out there. We'll see what she can produce with that quick speed. Janaea Cleveland trying to get down to Brooke Jensen. Has to save it to Janaea Cleveland. Janaea gets by 3 defenders, kicks back out to Chandler. She'll shoot the 3. Bingo! Finally, Vermillion hits their first three-pointer of the ball game, and it goes in. And Cole, that is not a high-arcing three-point shot either. That's more of a bullet from Chandler Cleveland when she shoots.
Yeah, it might be a bullet, but trust me, I've seen a lot flatter arcs on that from three-pointers.
It might be a bullet, but she gets to go through. And now a foul on the Tanagers. Now beyond Janaea Cleveland picking up her first and the third team foul. Baseline feed for the Indians, trailing by 18. Trying to stay in this game. Aches Hughes has it. Hughes, the right-handed dribble, guarded by Janaea Cleveland. Picks up her dribble at the free throw line. Trying to tie it up. Now she's just going to throw something up and gets it to go. I don't know how she made it, but she did. And Hughes has all 4 points for the Ponca Indians. Right-handed dribble by Ruvers. Kicks over to Barta. Barta back inside to Brooke Jensen. She goes up through some contact. No foul called. And rebounded by the Indians. And Indians will bring it to the front court. Hughes trying to find something. She'll now go over to James. James at the top, back to Hughes. Now they work it with Korth. Korth, the right-handed dribble, picks it up just inside the perimeter. Kick back to the top. Hughes with 14 seconds on the shot clock. The runner off the glass and good. Aches Hughes has now 6 points. It's Ruvers, pass to Barta. Barta picks up her dribble to Chandler Cleveland. Jumper for her, inside misses, and then a reach-in that will go against Chandler Cleveland, picking up her first personal and the 4th team foul. Again, Vermillion has forced the bonus against the Ponca Indians, but has not forced them to use it yet. 20-6, a 14-point lead for the Vermillion Tanagers with 3:23 remaining before halftime. The boys coming up against Boys Town, Nebraska. Set for a 7:30 tip-off. We'll get you to that game. A score update here in a little bit as that one gets underway. And now we're going to see a foul call that will go against the Ponca Indians. I believe so. At one point, an official pointed at Janaea Cleveland. It'll be Hughes that picks up the foul. It's his second personal. Bonus anyway, so 2 free throws upcoming. And now there's a discussion a little bit more with the officials. 2 free throws against bonus. So the first free throw from Janaea Cleveland is up, and this one's off the heel of the iron. Poor 3-point shooting, and free throws have been a struggle tonight for the Vermillion Tanagers. So the second free throw from Janaea Cleveland is up, and she misses them both. 20-6. Vermillion does get the offensive board. It's Wood Barta in the corner. Back to the top, they go with Ruvers inside, and a push is called against the Ponca Indians, so more free throws upcoming. As this time it'll be Taylor Ruvers that toe the line from the charity stripe. Vermillion has to start connecting, shooting under 50% so far from the charity stripe, and the first free throw is off the mark again. Wowzers. Vermillion is just absolutely struggling here in this first half from the charity stripe. 20-6. Second free throw is off the mark. Vermillion has now missed their last 5 free throws. In fact, they are 2 of 10 so far this evening. It's with Voss. Jumper for her. This one is good. Brooklyn Voss, 7 points in the ball game. Well, they're missing free throws, but they're getting offensive boards. This time they're able to take advantage of it. 22-6, 2:38. And almost a turnover in the backcourt. Ball is still loose, and it's finally going to be picked up. And now a jump ball called, which tonight the officials have been quick to blow the whistle on the jump balls, as that one was still loose, and when the jump ball was called, no one even had it at the time. And now a timeout from head coach Bob Hughes. Will step aside and take the timeout with him. We're back in just a moment here on Live Ticket and Vermillion Tanagers Live.
Do you have a pest problem? Got bats, ants, termites? Family owned and operated, Olson's Pest Technicians have had over 50 years experience taking care of pest problems in places across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. Utilizing brilliant methods such as Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatment for bed bugs. There's no pest too tough for Olson's Pest Technicians. If you have pest problems, call 800-KILL-BUGS.
If you are self-motivated, accountable, and eager to learn new skills, we'd love to talk to you about a rock star career. Masaba in Vermillion is hiring full and part-time manufacturing positions for the rock industry. Masaba provides comprehensive training in a clean, safe, and state-of-the-art facility. Masaba offers competitive wages, a fun and interesting work environment and culture. Join our team of rock stars. Visit masabainc.com to learn more.
Make sure your John Deere baler is ready to roll next season with Grossenberg's Big 5 sale. Save 15% off the top 5 wear parts on hay balers. Stock up and save on belting, driveline, pickup, bale chamber, and tying parts at Grossenberg. Stop by one of our 9 locations to save big during the Big 5 sale or visit grossenberg.com. Offer ends 2/29/24. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for eligible parts list and full offer details. hit.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll...
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporter of Tanager Athletics and the student athlete. 22-6 with 2:25 here remaining before halftime. It is the Vermillion Tanagers who almost force another turnover against the Ponca Indians. Out of the timeout from head coach Bob Hughes, the Indians are still struggling to get it into the front court, and they'll finally do. So after the jump ball called and then finally getting it across the timeline, only 10 seconds remain on the shot clock here for the Ponca Indians to get something up. They're down to 5 seconds. Hughes realizes with 2 seconds, turnaround jumper way off the mark, shot clock violation, and it will give it to the Vermillion Tanagers with 2:07 remaining before halftime. By the way, we were going to give you some score updates on the Vermillion Tanager boys, but looks like Metro Sports is going to make us pay $15 a month. Inside, this one to Brooke Jensen off the glass and is good for 2. 9 points for her here in the ball game. It's 24-6. Hughes quickly into the front court, bounce pass. This shot blocked away by Brooke Jensen, and it's picked up by Roovers, and then she loses it out of bounds. Cole, this has certainly been a struggle. I mean, you look at this game up by 18, you would say things are going right, but this does not look like number 4 for Vermillion from what we're used to seeing.
No, I mean, it's been an offensive struggle, and I don't know quite what sure it is, but I just, all around, offensively, especially both teams, it's just, scoring has not been at a premium like we usually see.
Inbound pass. Brooklyn Voss deflected it. It hit Hughes, who was out of bounds, and they say out of bounds on her. And now the jumper good from Chandler Cleveland. She has 5 points, 26-6. Again, Vermillion leads by 20, but just feels like it should be a whole lot more, including 2 of 10 from the free throw line. The drive-in shot missed, rebounded by the Ponca Indians. Back up, they missed this one, and Janaea Cleveland comes away with it. Janaea quickly up to her sister. Chandler off the glass and good for 2. And Vermillion in transition is unstoppable. They just haven't had a lot of transition buckets yet so far. 28-6, and now their turnover. It's with Roovers up with the shot, count the bucket, and an and-one opportunity. Cole, as soon as we criticize the offense, they force turnovers defensively and turn it offensively very, very quickly.
You know what I'm thinking? We should do that more often. I think after we said that, 6, 8 straight points?
6.
There you go.
And the free throw, though, is off. So 2 of 11 now from the charity stripe, the Tanagers are, as they continue to struggle from the charity stripe. 30-6, 42 seconds remaining before halftime, and now we're going to get a foul that will be on Brooke Jensen. And that is the 5th, so we will see bonus. Jensen picks up her first. Now on the opposite side, 0 of 4 are the Ponca Indians from the charity stripe. Make it 0 of 5 now as Peyton James misses her first. Couple substitutions. Some more fans, little kids starting to pile in along the far side. The corner from where we sit at, and the second free throw is off the mark, and then we see a violation. So in the end, the Ponca Indians have yet to hit a free throw. Combined 2 of 17 with these two teams from the charity stripe so far this evening. Roovers across the Tanager logo. Bounce pass to Jensen, trying to feed it inside to Voss, and this one's turned over. Shot clock is off. The Ponca Indians can hold for the last second shot, but I think they're just looking for some type of offense here at the moment. Bounce pass inside, down at the block, in the lane, kick back out. The drive. Now back out they go. Ponca Indians at the top with the elbow. Feed over to Korth. Korth, the right-handed dribble, puts her shot up. She's fouled, and she'll shoot 2. As the foul this time is called on Janaea Cleveland, picking up her second personal. Again, both teams have shot bonus here in the second quarter. And that's the first free throw made for the Ponca Indians. 1 of 7 tonight. And that's Lily Korth, first point, of tonight. Second free throw, this one is good as well.
30-8 with 5 seconds remaining. Jensen back to Ruvers. Ruvers gets by the double team, misses her shot inside, and that is the end of the first half for the Vermillion Tanagers. Lead it big by 22, 30-8 over the Ponca Indians. We'll have some scores from across the state of South Dakota. We'll look at our first half statistics and more. That is on the way next here on Live Ticket TV and Vermillion Tanagers Live.
You'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
At Northern State University, your future starts with an affordable education that's personalized for you. Experience hands-on learning guided by world-class supportive faculty. You'll also enjoy a full campus life with opportunities to choose from numerous student activities and events, all in a safe, welcoming community. At Northern, you'll find a college that's right for you, a place to belong. Your future starts here. Unleash your potential at Northern.
For healthier crops and stronger yields, count on Nutrien Ag Solutions. By partnering with the leader in plant nutrition, you'll have access to innovative products and unmatched service that deliver impact and efficiency to every acre. Healthier crops, happier growers. Lead the field this season and beyond. Find your local crop consultant at nutrienagsolutions.com.
Whether you are pregnant or planning ahead, you and your baby deserve a healthy start. We offer a wide range of services such as advocacy, health screenings and education, care coordination and car seat safety, participant empowerment, referral services, and fatherhood support. To learn more about Great Plains Healthy Start, visit greatplainstravelhealth.org or call one of our 5 service areas today. Brought to you by Great Plains Healthy Start, so that the people may live.
Farmers know crop insurance is essential for managing risk. It's also valuable for maximizing revenue. The crop insurance officers at Farm Credit Services of America have proprietary tools and expertise to deliver the personalized crop and revenue protection you need for the peace of mind you want. Nobody delivers crop insurance like this. Discover the difference by calling 800-884-FARM. Agriculture works here.
What's your big picture?
To keep the farm in the family.
To pay off the loan. To start my own operation.
To drive Grandpa's combine. Right, Grandpa?
If owning a successful operation is in your big picture, First Bank & Trust has ag experts to help you plan for the future.
To diversify.
To teach her how to drive a combine.
Find out how First Bank & Trust makes managing your farm easier at bankeasy.com.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporter of Tanager Athletics and the student athlete. It's halftime, 30-8, as the Vermillion girls lead over the Ponca Indians. So right now they're doing the three-point shooting contest, I should say, for a 2-liter a pop. Now, Cole, hear me out. You missed it at West Central on Tuesday. I thought this was the best deal ever. They were doing free throw shooting, and if you made it, you got Little Debbie's. But you didn't get a snack Little Debbie. They were giving away boxes.
Oh, my.
Boxes of Little Debbie's. We were just like, well, I mean, John Kirschner had mentioned at one point the concessions had to take a huge hit when you're handing away a box of Little Debbie's. I mean, no doubt about it. I think a 2-liter pop is worth it.
I bet those were donated by somebody. They weren't taking a hit whatsoever. They were donated, I bet.
Well, no worries from there. I would love, though, to have shot from a free throw. My chance to get some little Debbies, I would put a few bucks down on that one. Now, John Kirchner did say if you were a part of that, you could, you guys two could smash a lot of little Debbies. We never did ask the question, what's your favorite little Debbie?
Oh, boy. I got to think now.
You think about that. Why you think, again, that score at halftime is 30-8.
Oatmeal cream pie. Yeah. They're really good.
Why are you so weird? Cole, what's our first half scoring?
You can't just call me weird and throw it to me like that. You know what? Here, you go in timeout. I'll speak for a little bit. Here's your first half stats. 30-8 your score. First, we're going to go over the Ponca Indians, their team stats. They were led in scoring by Aix Hughes. She had 6 points all in that second quarter. Lily Korth had 2 points, 4 rebounds. Elsie Keller had 4 rebounds. Peyton James with 2 boards. Avery McCaffey with a board. And Emerson Ellers, 3 fouls, so she did not see much playing time in that second quarter. And she also had 3 rebounds in that first half. Ponca did not score in the first, and they score 8 points in the second quarter. Now we go to the home team, the Vermillion Tanager girls. They score 30 points in the first quarter. We're just going to go down numerically as I see it on my sheet. Taylor Barta did not score, but got an offensive rebound, an assist, and a steal. Taylor Roovers, 4 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, a steal, and a block. Again, did not see much playing time early in that second quarter with her quick 2 fouls back in the first. Maya Halverson had 2 rebounds, including an offensive rebound. Brooklyn Voss, 7 points, 2 boards, and a steal. Janaea Cleveland, get ready for this stat line here, Heath. 3 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 4 steals, and a block in that first half. Chandler Cleveland, 7 points, 2 offensive rebounds, an assist, and 2 steals. Brooke Jensen leads all scoring in the game. She finished that half with 9 points, a rebound, 2 assists, 2 steals, and a block. Vermillion scores 13 points in the first quarter and 17 in the third for their total of 30 points. Heath, over to you.
30-8, as we mentioned at halftime. It has been all the Vermillion girls. And Cole, we talked about coming into this game, you'd like to see the Ponca Indians be put away early in this game, and it seemed like a few different opportunities missed there by the Vermillion Tanagers.
Yeah, a lot of opportunities missed. I mean, you look offensively, and I think both teams combined shot 20% from the free throw line, and that was because there was 2 makes at the end. Before that, it was 11%. Offensive struggles. Then on the three-point line, neither team is, Ponca hasn't made a single three-pointer. I think Vermillion's made 1, maybe. I don't even think they've made a three-pointer. And that's really unlike this Vermillion team that we've seen so far this year. I mean, defensively, they're doing their job. They're only giving up 29 points a game, but usually they're scoring 55, and you look, 30 points. They're well on their way to score their average, but that first quarter and that early in that second quarter, there was just nothing going for the Vermillion offense. They couldn't get anything going. They started off hot, cooled off, then kind of heated back up to end out the half. John Brooks, he's going to change something at halftime, and that'll get changed, but this very well could be, and I'm not really exaggerating that much. This could easily be a 50-8 ball game at halftime.
Yeah, a lot of different missed opportunities for the Vermillion Tanagers, and one other missed opportunity for them. It felt like at times they weren't playing with their starting 5 out there, just because not huge foul trouble. Taylor Roovers and Janaea Cleveland both have 2 personals. Otherwise, everyone else except for Brooklyn Voss does have 1 personal. We'll see how much they allow their starting 5 just to roll and see how they manage the foul trouble, as this game does move throughout. Again, a 22-point lead right now at halftime. We're going to step aside. When we come back, it's the start of the second half. That's on the way next here on Live Ticket TV and Vermillion Tanagers Live.
In times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories is just a way of life. It's good to be home. Agraria Insurance Company, protecting what's important in life. Contact your local Agraria Insurance Company agent.
Advertising can be a struggle. Where to spend your money? Are you reaching the right audience? If you are looking for an effective method that reaches a large fan base at once, then here is your spot with Live Ticket TV. With over 65 schools in the state of South Dakota, we can help you find the right market. Plus, you can work with me, Heath, and a portion of all sales made go right back to the school. Get a hold of me today and let's get started in helping build your brand with Live Ticket TV.
At Northern State University, your future starts with an affordable education that's personalized for you. Experience hands-on learning guided by world-class supportive faculty. You'll also enjoy a full campus life with opportunities to choose from numerous student activities and events, all in a safe, welcoming community. At Northern, you'll find a college that's right for you, a place to belong. Your future starts here. Unleash your potential at Northern.
There's no better organization that gives back to the student athletes than the Booster Club. The Vermillion Booster Club is committed to helping all student athletes grow. Join the Tanager faithful today by becoming a member at GoTanagers.com. While you're there, check out Team Apparel for your favorite sports team. Like them on Facebook to stay up to date on all the latest information. And welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club press box
as we move into the second half. It's the Vermillion Tanagers that lead it over the Ponca Indians. Again, we were going to check the score update or kind of keep a track of the game for the boys, but we were not able to find a score, or at least, I guess, maybe someone's being a cheapskate up here and not paying the $15 to watch the Vermillion boys play, which...
I'm not.
You know, Cole, I think for... How much does you think it costs to get into that game tonight? Probably, what, $8 at the most, something like that? I don't see why.
Probably 10. Probably 10.
Pay $15 to watch one game. I'll pay the gate fee. I have no problem doing that, but $15 to watch seems a little high at the Tyson Events Center. So we'll find out later how the boys do it. But again, the boys trying to go to 3-0 on the season, taking on Boys Town from the state of Nebraska. An opening jumper missed there by Brooke Jensen as we begin the third quarter. Both teams come out with their starting five: Roovers, Voss, Cleveland, and Jensen. Korth, Keller, James, Hughes, and Ellers out there for the Ponca Indians. Again, the score 30-8. Vermillion scored 17 in that second quarter. Block shot from behind there by the Vermillion Tanagers. Janaea Cleveland has been busy. Also, I believe Janaea's left shoe is untied. Three-pointer from Brooklyn Voss is missed. Offensive board back up and good. 11 points in the night for Brooke Jensen. Again, she came into tonight averaging 11. It's not untied. It looks like something's a little messed up. A knot has since come loose. No, it is untied. Oh, there she noticed it. Great eyes of Heath Nimke to notice the left shoe was untied.
Great eyes. Yeah, right.
Cole, are you the one wearing glasses?
Are you the one that should be wearing glasses?
Roovers across the Tanager logo. I have 2010 vision, I believe is what they call it. Three-pointer from Janaea Cleveland is off the mark. Rebounded by the Ponca Indians. 6:45 third quarter. The Indians just trying to chip away a little bit. Again, the Indians came into tonight 3-2 overall. As a drive in by Keller was lost, gets it back, and then shot from behind, blocked by Janaea Cleveland. Is that her fifth block now of the night? It's two already here in this quarter for Janaea Cleveland.
I've got her down for 2.
It's Brooke Jensen over to Janaea, down to Brooklyn Voss. Baseline jumper is off the mark and rebounded by the Ponca Indians. 6:15 third quarter. The drive in, down to the block. Ellers, as she went for her shot, she's going to be fouled by Brooke Jensen. Brooke Jensen picks up her second personal. 5th team foul, and it will be free throws upcoming. So, shooting free throws, Emerson Ellers, who has yet to score here in the ball game. Again, she picked up 3 fouls in that second quarter alone and had to basically sit the entire second. She sat some in the first as well, just for a breather, so we have not seen her much. Second free throw is off the mark as well. The Ponca Indians continue to struggle from the charity stripe. They are 2 of 7 this evening. Janaea Cleveland pump fakes one way, Now all the way over to Brooke Jensen. And now a pass takes deflection over to Brooklyn Voss. Back down to Janaea Cleveland. Janaea kicks out to Roovers. 14 seconds on the shot clock to Brooke Jensen. She shoots the three. This one is off the mark. I think Cole Larstrom, they shoot the three a little bit sooner than that, as it's the defense inside really starting to slow down the Vermillion Tanagers. And now a bucket the opposite way is good. And one opportunity for Keller as she gets her first points of the ball game. And a foul is called on Roovers, picking up her third personal and the second team foul. She's not going to come out yet, and the free throw is good from Keller. So the Ponca Indian crowd gets a little bit into it, 32-11, down 21 points. But the defense is starting to step up for the Ponca Indians. Janaea Cleveland down to Brooklyn Voss. Back out to Janaea, three-point. This one is off the mark. Offensive rebound by Brooke Jensen, and then she has it stolen away by Hughes. Hughes, the 2-on-1, over to the corner. Now with Keller. Keller backs her way out offensively to Ehlers, and then it's going to be stolen away by Brooke Jensen. The breakaway opposite way, off the glass, and good for two. Brooke Jensen now with 13 in the ball game. 34-11, 4:57, third quarter. Control with James. James in the lane. Kick to Hughes. Over to the near side three-pointer. Misses everything, and Brooke Jensen comes away with it. Over to Roovers. Across the timeline she goes to Chandler Cleveland, who's going to travel as she makes her move. Dad claps his hands together, looks over at the scoreboard. 34-11, the Cleveland Twins so far tonight, combined 10 points between the two. 4:35, third quarter. Vermillion has this one well in hand, trying to make it 3-0 on the season before taking on the number one team in Class C2. The Crofton Indians, that one comes up on Saturday evening. We'll have all the coverage right here on Live Ticket TV. In fact, in the Vermillion Classic, we will have all 4 games coming up throughout the afternoon and evening. Voss hits the jumper. She now has 9 points in the ball game, which includes Crofton, West Central, Centerville, Beersford, and Vermillion, all participating in that classic. Again, all 4 games right here on Vermillion Tanagers Live and Live Ticket TV. Keller steps around Cleveland but misses the runner. Jensen up to Voss the opposite way, inside to Cleveland, and she can't get her shot to fall. Rebounded by the Ponca Indians. Quickly the opposite direction. Keller almost turned it over. Back out to Hughes. It's not a running clock here in this game yet, but it is moving quickly along in the third quarter. Bounce pass inside, shot blocked away by Janaea Cleveland, her third in this corner. Quickly up to Chandler and off the glass and good for 2. Chandler Cleveland with 9 points now. Get its transition buckets that have come super easy for the Vermillion Tanagers. 38-11, 3:15, third quarter. Bounce pass to Korth. Korth at the elbow, back out. Drive by Keller, back to Korth they go. Korth trying to get by Cleveland. Kick out to Hughes. Hughes guarded by Roovers, double team, now kick to the corner, three-pointer, misses everything, goes to Brooke Jensen. They want to go quickly in transition, up to Roovers, dribble behind the back, still Roovers, over to Brooklyn Voss, to Janaea Cleveland, she'll shoot the three, and this one is off the mark. Rebound though by Chandler Cleveland, back with Brooke Jensen in the lane, jumper for her, leaves that one short, and it's rebounded by Ehlers. 2:38, third quarter, 38-11. And then Ehlers is going to have it stolen away by Brooke Jensen, and quickly the opposite way. Brooke Jensen steals it away and then scores. She has 15 in the ball game, knowing that Ehlers can't play much defense. Otherwise, she'll pick up her fourth. 40-11. One more point for the Tanagers will make it a running clock with 2:13 here in this third quarter. Out to the free throw line, jumper there for James. This one is good. Peyton James gets her first points of the evening. Roovers across the timeline with under 2 minutes now remaining in this third quarter. Roovers makes her way over to the left side of the court. Now to Voss, to Cleveland, inside to Jensen. Jensen goes up strong, misses. Battle for the rebound. Collected by the Indians, 2-on-1, the drive, shot up, and this one falls. for Keller. She now has 5 points in the quarter. 40-15. Rivers, jumper the opposite way, good. Taylor Rivers, who has been quiet so far tonight, has 6 points. Again, she comes in averaging 13.5. 42-15. 1:15 remaining here in the ball game. The top with Korth for the Ponca Indians. Korth makes her move into the lane, puts up the difficult shot, misses. Brooke Jensen quickly to Rivers, and it's transition basketball once again. The 2-on-2 goes up and count the bucket, and one opportunity for Rivers. And just like that, she quickly has 4 in the quarter and trying to complete the old-fashioned three-point play. And the foul, by the way, is against Peyton James, picking up her first personal and the first team foul by the Ponca Indians. And now Cleveland, Voss, Jensen, and Cleveland all come out as the starters are all going to get a rest here in this last minute of the ball game. And the free throw is good, and with that, we hit running clock as well, as Rivers will hit the bench with 9 points. Again, we'll see the starters come out. Probably a little bit to play the fourth quarter before we'll see the backup team out there. As again, we are now officially at running clock with a 30-point lead for the Vermillion Tanagers, 45-15 over the Ponca Indians. The Indians have some of their backup players out there as well here in the final minute as it's controlled with Hughes. Hughes turns it over, and quickly opposite way, it's Mackenzie Richardson to Barta. She misses her shot, but a foul is called, and it looks like we'll have 2 free throws upcoming. As the foul is called on Voss. Ava Voss, that is, picking up her first personal. No, her second, excuse me. Barta the free throw, and this one is off the mark. Second free throw upcoming for Barta. Dribble, shot up, and this one is off the mark as well. 45-15. Now Mackenzie Richardson is slow to get up, and she is injured as well. We're going to stop as she comes up with a bum knee there, her right knee, and she's going to have to come out of the game, and Chandler Cleveland will come back in. Now Mackenzie Richardson was not available for the first game of this season, was back against West Central, and now she's injured. Mom is on watching on the far side and has not, the trainer, Amy Richardson, has not come over at the moment. Inside with Hughes, back out, pass over to the far side of the court. 6 seconds, deep three. This one is going to go through. Takes a couple of hops on the iron and falls through for Jaden Hughes. Her first 3 points of the ball game, and that is the end of the third quarter, with the Vermillion Tanagers winning it big right now at the moment, 45-18. The fourth and final frame comes up here in just a moment on Live Ticket TV. Sports games. Join the Vermillion Boosters today and go Tanagers.
Give it off to Cisse, gliding to the basket. Out to 3, Jay Hayes. Good. And Eric Glenn wants to stop the music.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporter of Tanager Athletics and the student athlete. $45-18. Cole, score update.
Yep. What?
Score update.
Down in the Tyson Event Center in Sioux City, Iowa, the Vermillion Tanager boys lead Boys Town, Nebraska, end of the first quarter, 27-13.
Dance-influenced Japanese pop with ethnic instruments. Yes, well, you were getting your boogie on too up here in the broadcast booth. Don't act like you weren't jigging to that music over here, Cole Large. So we get ready to start the fourth quarter. It's all the Vermillion Tanagers, as we are going to see right now, it looks like a little bit of a few stirrers out there for the Ponca Indians and a few JV players And for the Vermillion Tanagers, it is all the second team out there, and it's going to be this way through the entire fourth quarter. So it looks like the Stars are going to be done as a shot is up, and this one's foul. I guess Chandler Cleveland is the only starter out there right now, and she is about to come out as Richardson is good to go again with the knee. It is a shooting foul as we begin this fourth quarter. The foul is also on Chandler Cleveland, picking up her second. Free throw is good. And Keller will get another opportunity here. She now has 6 points here in the ball game. As Richardson checks back on, so it looks like, again, the Vermillion starters are done for this evening. The running clock in the fourth quarter. Second free throw for Keller, misses everything. So if that is the end of the night for the starters, Rivers will finish with 9 points. 9 points also for Brooklyn Voss. Janaea Cleveland finishes with 3. 9 points for Chandler Cleveland and 15 for Brooklyn Voss. Very balanced scoring from the starters tonight for the Vermillion Tanagers. Barta into Wallen. She puts up the high shot. This one is off the mark. Quickly the opposite way. Come the Ponca Indians. The drive in by Hughes. She misses. Rebounded is Barta. Barta quick. Going end to end, she'll attack. Puts up her shot, misses. And it's a rebound by Hughes. And now Hughes, the one-on-one against Baylor. Opposite way, off the bottom of the backboard, and a cheeky foul is called. Baylor had good positioning defensively, but she's going to pick up the foul, and it will be free throws upcoming. Or in fact, they're going to call it not on Baylor, but instead on Mackenzie Richardson as she picks up her first. And the first free throw is good for Hughes. So Hughes now with 7 points in the ball game. Second free throw is off the mark and rebounded by Baylor. Barta will bring it into the front court. With 6:40 remaining here before the end of the game. Again, Vermillion Tanager is going to cruise to a 3-0 victory. A jumper that's off the mark, but it's going to be rebounded, or goes right into the hands, I should say, of Halverson. And Maya Halverson has her first points of the evening. 47-20. Again, we'll bring you that score update once again here in just a moment from the boys' game as they are playing at the Tyson Event Center. Three-pointer is off the mark there from Hughes, trying to go back up with her shot, and another foul is called. Get on the boys' side for the Vermillion Tanagers. Right now, it's 27-13 at the end of quarter number 1. So Vermillion boys, 27 points in that first quarter. Very, very impressive. Emerson Ellers is shooting the free throws, hits the first one, and that is in fact her first point of the ball game, averaging a double-double. She has struggled and been quiet tonight against the Tanagers. Hits the second free throw. She has 2 points here in the ball game. 47-22. Vermillion has already committed 3 team fouls here in this fourth quarter. It's with Wallen. Bounce pass to Halverson. Almost goes out of bounds, and now will. Last touch by the Vermillion Tanagers, and it'll be the Ponca Indians basketball. Well, Cole, we don't see the starters out here this play in this fourth quarter. Exactly what you want, and a chance for them to get rested and get ready for the Crofton Warriors coming up on Saturday evening.
Yeah, this is pretty much a win-win for Vermillion here. I mean, you've got this game just about wrapped up. You get your second stringers almost some pretty good minutes here at the end of this game, and you get yourself, like you said, rested up for what's going to be a really tough game in that marquee matchup on Saturday. I believe, if I remember correctly, the 6:30 start time against Crofton. Crofton always a really, really good team, so it should be a pretty good game inside the Sanford Coyote Sports Center.
And Baylor is going to hit her first 2 points of the evening. As you mentioned as well, Cole, it's number 1 versus number 4. Crofton Warriors ranked number 1 in Class C2 in the state of Nebraska. Three-pointer from the corner is off the mark. Cole, that's going to be your question of the night. How about? How many classes of basketball are in the state of Nebraska?
Oh, boy, I just looked at it, too, earlier today.
It's control with Baylor. I'll let you think about it for a little bit. The shot up by Baylor, and this one is good. And Baylor now has 4 points in the ball game, 51-22. Jumper the opposite direction by Hughes is good. And with that, Hughes now at 9 points. Tonight, the leading scorer for the Ponca Indians. Over to Wallen. Back to the top with Barta. Barta back to Baylor, who's got 4 straight points for the Vermillion Tanagers. Inside to Richardson, off the glass, and good for 2. So Richardson has her first points of the night, and now a quick timeout for a couple more substitutions for Bob Hughes. Just that substitution timeout does count against him, but they'll get the rest of the starters out of the ball game for the Ponca Indians and officially be seen second team. What do you get? What you got for me, Cole?
I think it's 9.
The drive in, off the glass, and good for 2. That's still a starter out there. That's Elsie Keller. This one is good.
Well, Ponca only has 9 on their roster, so it is not possible for all the starters to come out. So.
Apologize for that. Baylor, thought there was 10. Miscalculated. You're a little off by your number as well. There's 6. A and B do not have 1 and 2. A, B, C1, C2.
Is that Nebraska that I'm thinking of then? No, we just talked about Nebraska.
Yeah, that's what I asked. The question was how many classes do they have? We got to get you at, what were those? Oatmeal cream pies, right? Get you a box of those. 3-pointer, good! Nice 3-pointer that time for the Ponca Indians and Jaden Hughes. 53-29. Final 2:55 here in the ball game. Have been running running clock here in this fourth quarter. To Barta, over to Wallen. Wallen gets it down to Halverson, and she uses the left hand and the strength to get the shot to go. She has 4 points in the ball game. Vermillion has now seen 8 different players to score tonight. 55-29. And now a turnover. It's picked up by Baylor. Almost lost it for a moment, but gets it over to Barta. And the front court, Richardson back to Barta to Baylor. She'll shoot the 3 off the back iron and rebounded. A couple bodies run into each other. Here come the Indians into the front court. Can't really say JV playing against JV either, as most of these girls only play or suit varsity for both teams. The drive shot up is going to be blocked and stolen away by Wallen. Wallen quickly opposite way, double team, kick back out. Barta will now shoot the 3. High arcing 3 is off the front of the iron. Trying to get the rebound. Halverson, a couple of bodies. Finally track it down. It's going to be Richardson. Kick it back out to Barta, but the pass, she tried to save it from going over and back, but got her foot back there, and it will be a turnover. Final 90 seconds here of the ball game. Again, remind you the Vermillion Classic inside the SCSC. Vermillion boys and girls will be in action, but we'll have all 4 games coming up for you right here on Vermillion Tanagers Live. So make sure if you can't make it over to some basketball, of course it's always free to watch right here on Vermillion Tanagers Live. And then we'll have after that the first 2 games featuring non-Vermillion teams. The boys will play Beersford, and then after that it will be the Vermillion girls taking on the Crofton Warriors for game number 2 of the Vermillion Tanagers team. 55-29, Wallen to Barta to Baylor. Down the baseline they go with Halverson back out to Barta, and now a travel, and this will be shot up, missed anyways. Might as well take it. Officials have to track it down. So final few seconds, tick away. Final 30 seconds here of the ball game. Again, the Vermillion Tanagers are going to advance to 3-0 on the season, whereas the Ponca Indians will drop to 3-3. 55-31, final 15 seconds. I can't imagine Barta will shoot any more shots. Vermillion will just hold on to it and get the victory with 8 different scores tonight for the Vermillion Tanagers, as again, Vermillion moves to 3-0 on the season, and the home opener inside the birdcage results in that victory. 55-31 is your final. We'll step aside. When we come back, we'll have your final game statistics, a check on the boys, a conversation with head coach John Brooks, and a player from the Vermillion Tanagers. That is all on the way with our post-game show here on Vermillion Tanagers Live and Live Ticket TV.
Insurance rates are on the rise, and now more than ever, every penny counts. With me, John Brooks at DFS Insurance, we can look over your coverages and find the right insurance carrier to help you keep your costs down. At DFS Insurance, I'm an independent agent, which allows me to offer a variety of different carriers to fit your needs. When you're ready for your free, no obligation quote, give me a call, and we'll get you on the path to the best and most affordable insurance you need with Dakota Financial Services.
Farming today requires constant adjustment, innovation, and the right seed, and you'll find that with Pioneer Seed at Dakota Seed and Services in Irene and Vermillion. With the most advanced technologies and local experts, Dakota Seed and Service share in your hard work on the farm, adapting to an ever-changing industry. When you need the right seed, protection, and service, make it Dakota Seed and Services in Irene and Vermillion.
Whether you're pregnant or planning ahead, you and your baby deserve a healthy start. We offer a wide range of services such as advocacy, health screenings and education, care coordination and car seat safety, participant empowerment, referral services, and fatherhood support. To learn more about Great Plains Healthy Start, visit greatplainstravelhealth.org or call one of our 5 service areas today. Brought to you by Great Plains Healthy Start, so that the people may live.
Nice. Maytag appreciates a compliment, but this Maytag washer isn't just eye candy.
Wow.
Inside, it's got the capacity and power to handle even the mightiest loads.
I love this.
Yeah, she's a beaut.
It's a he.
How do you know?
Don't worry about it.
Find Maytag products and the industry's best appliances at your local dealer, Merce Appliance, downtown Vermillion. Since 1966, Louis Cleaning and Restoration has served the Vermillion and southeast South Dakota area with high-quality work and even higher-quality customer service. At Vermillion's oldest cleaning and restoration company, they pride themselves on providing the best service with friendly, knowledgeable staff. They specialize in cleaning, offering extensive cleaning services with high-powered equipment at an affordable price. Check out their website for a full list of services they offer. And next time you need it clean, call Louis Cleaning and Restoration.
Core Cares helps individuals stay at home by offering caregiving, nursing, and medical alert systems in over 55 communities in South Dakota, specializing.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporter of Tanager Athletics and the student athlete. 55-31 is your final inside the birdcage as the Vermillion Tanagers move to 3-0 on the season. Ponca Indians will drop to 3-3 overall. Next game for Vermillion Tanagers, the number 1 team, the Crofton Warriors from the state of Nebraska in Class C2 is coming up. So certainly a big game for the Vermillion Tanagers that saw their starters rest in the final 4th quarter. So we'll see how helpful that is coming up on Saturday inside the SCSC. A daunting place to play just because of the way it is formatted. As you see most high schools, of course, there's usually that brick wall directly behind the hoop. Inside the SCSC, it is a little bit different, which sometimes can be intimidating. So we'll see how the Tanagers do handle that coming up on Saturday evening. But nonetheless, let's get to our final game numbers with Cole Large. Cole, what's our final game statistics for the Vermillion Tanagers and the Ponca Indians?
Yeah, first we're going to start off with the Ponca Indians, the visiting team tonight. They scored a total of 31 points. They were led scoring-wise by X Hughes. She finished with 9 points, a rebound, and a steal. Other scorers for the Indians: Lily Korth, she finished with 2 points, 5 boards. Elsie Keller, 8 points, 8 boards. Ava Voss had a rebound. Peyton James, 2 points, 3 rebounds. Emma Olthoff had 2. Jaden Hughes had 6. And Emerson Ellers, who averaged a double-double coming in, only 2 points and 6 rebounds for her. Ponca scores nothing in the first, 8 in the second, 10 in the third, and 13 in the 4th quarter. For their total of 31 points, Ponca Indians fall to 3-2. Now for the Vermillion Tanager squad. They were led in scoring by Brooke Jensen, finished with 15 points, 9 rebounds, 4 steals, and a block. We'll get to the rest of the scorers here for the Tanagers, as we see it by number down the roster. Taylor Barta didn't have any points, but finished with 2 rebounds, an assist, and a steal. Taylor Roovers, 9 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists, a steal, and a block. Maya Halverson, 4 points, 3 rebounds. Brooklyn Voss, 9 points, 2 boards, and a steal. Janaea Cleveland, 3 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 4 steals, and 4 blocks. Bailey Baylor had 4 points and a board in that fourth quarter. Mackenzie Richardson, 2 points and a board. Chandler Cleveland finished with 9 points, 3 rebounds, an assist, and 2 steals. Again, Brooke Jensen leading all scoring, 15 points, 9 rebounds, 4 steals, and a block. And Madigan Wallen finished with a rebound, an assist, and a steal. Vermillion, 13 points in the first, 17 in the second, 15 in the third, and 10 in the fourth quarter for their total of 55, which, might I add, was right at their season average through 2 games. They were averaging 55 points a game. They scored 55.
Also, right now at halftime, the Vermillion boys lead it over Boys Town from the state of Nebraska, 36-21. Right now is the score, as again, it's been a domination by the Vermillion Tanager boys so far. We just saw a video as well from Bryson Skogsberg, who shot deeper than an NBA three, almost from the half-court line, and made it. He has 15 points so far there in the first half. Very impressive, the Vermillion Tanagers, the way they've gotten things started, Cole, and the way so far this season's gone already 2-0, and right now at halftime leading by 15. They've been fun to watch so far.
Yeah, they have, and it's been, I wouldn't say unexpected, but something that we really didn't see last season. Last season kind of started off slow, then they started building it back up, almost an entirely new starting lineup. This year brought a bunch of guys back, and they've shown that their offense has been pretty explosive so far to start the year. And with that offensive firepower, 32 points and a half, you think, okay, that might be average in the DAC-12, but with the defensive efforts that they've been putting up so far this season, they're going to be a force to compete with in Region 4 and the DAC-12, I think.
55-31 is your final. Again, the Vermillion girls move to 3-0 on the season as they defeat the Ponca Indians. We'll step aside for a quick commercial break. When we come back, head coach John Brooks is on the way next here on Live Ticket TV and Vermillion Tanagers Live.
In tasks like bathing, meal prep, and medication setups, our well-trained staff delivers exceptional care. We invest in our team through customized training and comprehensive benefits. To learn more about job opportunities or services, visit our website at corecares.com. Core Cares, proudly serving our community.
Best Western Ramkota Hotel in Aberdeen is the place to stay for business or the weekend family getaway. You'll feel right at home with ample parking, spacious guest rooms, and complimentary breakfast. And with a convenient location, you'll have easy access to local attractions and events in the area. While staying at the Best Western Ramkota, guests can enjoy an indoor water play land, an on-site Minerva's restaurant, exercise facility, wedding services, and a business center. For friendly service and a great stay, make your reservation today.
Agriculture is like no other business, which makes Farm Credit Services of America like no other lender. Owned by the farmers and ranchers we serve, our customers have a voice in how we work, a stake in what we do, and share in our success. Discover a lender that works for you at Farm Credit Services of America.
Birds like tanagers are great at flying out of the way to miss your car. Deer and other drivers are not. If you're in any kind of accident, bring your vehicle to Blaine's Body Shop in Vermillion. We repair your vehicle to pre-accident condition and handle the entire process from start to finish, including an accurate estimate and dealing with the insurance adjuster. So good luck to the tanagers, and if you're in an accident, bring your vehicle to
Blaine's Body Shop. Blaine's Body Shop. Automotive collision repair.
In times like these.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporter of Tanager Athletics and the student athlete. "55-31 is your final inside the birdcage as the Vermillion girls move to 3-0 on the season. Let's get over to Cole Larsch, get some scores from across the state of South Dakota on the girls' side and boys' side. Cole, what are we seeing?
Well, first, I'm not going to ignore that we just played some Michael Jackson type intro or like a Ghostbusters song, so I'm not going to let that one fly. But All right, let's
Did
get
you
into
enjoy that, or?
Let's get into the scores.
It was called 90s kind of guy.
I don't care what it was called. Number 1, Wagner. They lead Trip Delmont Armor 62-27. That one's just about wrapped up there. Winter and Burke 26-22. That's end of the first half. Try and get you some more local scores. EPJ leads Parker 44-17. That's end of the first half there. Lennox defeats Madison 60-15. Elkton Lake Benton and Iroquois Lake Preston are tied at 20. Sitterton Groton area, no score reported. Tri-Valley and T, no score reported as well. And that basically wraps up all girls' scores from around the area. I got to give a shout-out to my alma mater, MVP, taking care of Miller 66-36. Titans on now 2-0 on the season, Mr. Nimke.
Impressive. You got to give a little credit there to MVP. Of course, Cole is always paying attention to what his Titans are doing. Again, the Vermillion Tanagers get the victory 55-31 as we're now joined with the senior Brooklyn Voss. Brooklyn, I know you always get very, very nervous to do this. Don't worry. We'll make some easy questions for you. It won't be too hard. Hey, great team victory by the squad. What was it there in that first half that you guys maybe had a little bit of adversity, couldn't quite hit the shots, but just continue to battle through there in that first half?
Yeah, I feel like that happened to us last game too. We didn't start off that strong, but I feel like we all have confidence in the end that we can get it together and get it going.
Well, you get it going quite a bit there in that second half and even really start to spread things apart. But going back to that first half yourself, with some great assists, you were inside. What was it that the shots just kind of fell for you inside tonight?
Yeah, I don't know. I think I was very confident just because I went in earlier today and practiced some short shots because I knew the team was a little bit smaller. And, yeah, so I just felt pretty confident down there today.
Well, felt confident, got it done inside on the glass with rebounds and shooting. As we mentioned, going to that second half, you guys start to separate there a little bit and come away with the victory. How nice did this one feel to get a big victory over the Ponca Indians and get some rest before Crofton coming up on Saturday?
Yeah, Brooke said that it is good to have, like, one of these games just because we got to go through our set plays and got to work on things that we don't normally get to work on. And so, yeah, now we're going to play Crofton, who's really good.
Yeah, number 1 in the state of Nebraska on the C2 side. Good luck. Go get the Warriors, all right?
Thank you.
There she is. Brooklyn Voss, the senior, here on the postgame show. As we'll hand the headset back over to Cole Larsh, and we'll see if we can't get head coach John Brooks up here in just a moment. As again, the Vermillion Tanagers moved to 3-0. Last time checked, by the way, it was halftime of the boys' game, 36-21. It was a lead for the Vermillion Tanagers. They had shown a great performance so far in that first half. Again, Vermillion Tanagers also trying to start the season off 3-0. A combined 6-0 is what the two teams are trying to go for before both are back in action coming up on Saturday afternoon and evening. The boys will be playing against the Beersford Watchdogs and the Vermillion girls, as we just talked about, number 1 in the Crofton Warriors. When it comes to a script on how this game should go, I know it was kind of let's put them away early. Let's not make this one a competition. Missed 3-pointers in that first quarter, even missed free throws in the first half. It seemed like it was a little bit more of a struggle shooting-wise here in the birdcage for your group tonight, Coach.
Yeah, good looks all game long, I thought, offensively in the first half, and then not Crofton, I'm already thinking ahead. Ponca came out in the 2-3 zone there in the second half, and I thought we got good looks against our zone as well, and we struggled shooting the ball tonight, and from the free throw line and everywhere. But anytime you can, still win by 25 or whatever it was and not shoot well, I guess you're doing some other things pretty good.
Yeah, defensively, again, forced the Indians into a lot of different turnovers. What did you see in this game that you were able to force them into so many turnovers early?
They're a young team this year. They graduated a lot of seniors off last year's team. So we thought that our pressure could get to them, and that was kind of the number 1 point that we talked about before the game was let's get into our press, let's be solid in it, let's keep them off the free throw line without fouling, let's make sure we're rotating, and let's put pressure on them to see if they can handle it. And our press has been pretty good for us so far this year, and I thought the girls did a nice job in it again tonight.
Well, coming out in that second half, as you mentioned, you hit their zone a little bit more, you get the transition buckets, and you start to pull away. And then into that fourth quarter, you pull the starters. They get a rest entire quarter. How helpful is that going to be going up against the Crofton Warriors on Saturday?
Yeah, I think we kind of got, the best of both worlds. Our girls got the first 3 quarters, and Ponca pushes the ball at you, so and we press, and there's a lot of transition, and so I think another game early in the season to help get us in shape, and then anytime you can play all your kids off the bench and get them varsity experience, that's a good thing as well. So, I thought our kids that came in the fourth quarter did a nice job executing too and knocked down some shots, so overall just a good night.
The fans are wondering back home, do you get any practice inside the SCSC before you play a game in it?
I wish. Everybody always kind of thinks that we get to go practice there, but we don't. We'll be right back here. We'll start with some film on Crofton tomorrow, and hopefully a short, quick practice tomorrow, but a focused practice, a scouting practice on what we need to do on Saturday in order to compete and beat a very good Crofton team.
Now, I will say, Coach, if you'd like to get the team back together tonight, we do have maybe a USD athlete who can get us in the building of the SCSC if we need to get some shots up quickly. What do you expect to see from number 1 Crofton coming up?
I've gotten to watch a little film, and obviously I'm going to get into more of it here tonight and tomorrow. And talking to Coach Hayes from Ponca tonight, obviously he knows them very well, and he said that they're very good. They bring back their whole roster from last year's state tournament team. And the little film I've watched is they run a lot of different presses. They're athletic. They're physical. They got gone through the 6'1" girl inside. That's very good. If you cannot handle their pressure, you're going to struggle. And so that's going to be first and foremost is taking care of the basketball. And it's going to be a physical game. They are a very physical team. It's going to be just like playing one of the best teams in the DAC-12. I think Crofton will be one of the best teams we see all year. So it's a good early season test.
Let's go get the Warriors, all right?
Let's do it.
There he is, head coach John Brooks on the postgame show. As we mentioned, number 1, Crofton coming up inside the SCSC on Saturday night. Should be a doozy. We'll have all the coverage right here on Live Ticket TV and Vermillion Tanagers Live. For our producer, Spencer Bewley, our color man, Cole Larsh, I'm Heath Nimke. One final time here inside the Birdcage. Vermillion gets the victory 55-31. Last time heard, it was 36-21 at halftime. The Vermillion boys were leading it over Boys Town, Nebraska. Until Saturday afternoon. Again, all 4 games of the Vermillion Classic right here on Vermillion Tanagers Live. Until then, have yourself a wonderful rest of your evening.